Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hello, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
So we're doing something we've never done before.
Yeah, this is a little uncharted territory, but I'm excited about it.
I am too. We're the first time we're doing directly the next series, the sequel to the movie we just did.
I like it.
Lethal Weapon 2.
Lethal Weapon 2. We're moving straight into the next picture. Happy holidays and Happy New Year, and hope
Happy New
everything's
Year.
going
That's
great
right.
for everybody out there in 6 Degrees land. Yeah, but I'm excited about it because I got excited about it when you said that Lethal Weapon 2 was like on your action movie Mount Rushmore. I got excited because I'm like, you know what? What are we waiting for? Let's get right into it because we know the characters pretty well and the people behind the scenes and everything like that, and we can sort of watch it evolve. Because honestly, like the Lethal Weapon franchise is one of my favorites of action movie franchise. I think it's one of the most consistent, like beginning to end. Like I'd be up for doing 3 and 4.
I mean, I was sitting there watching. Yeah.
This one, I feel like 3 is maybe a bit of a weak link because it's like I feel like the stakes went down a little bit from the first 2, but they're all fucking good.
Well, I mean, Rene Russo was great in 3, and
they keep adding new cast, like core cast members, and they all work.
And they all work somehow. I know. But I mean, the Lethal Weapon 2 is sort of like. They talk about Fast and Furious is all about families. Like, screw that. Lethal Weapon did it way before Fast and Furious.
It's the found family franchise.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
It's because the characters are so good. Yeah. And the one they add for this movie, we'll get to it, obviously, is the character Leo.
Yeah.
But he's such a good character.
Right.
He was supposed to have just a couple scenes, I think, and then got more scenes. Then he became like the third lead.
Right. I know. I mean, he's
crazy.
in the rest of the movies after this point.
Yeah, but it's most of the same. Well, I mean, all the actors were back.
Yeah, all the actors. Yeah,
I think most of the behind the scenes people were back.
Even all the just the side character actors came back.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Even like the crazy background guys and like costume designers and stunt coordinators.
And this is
all this.
2
They were
years
all back.
later.
Yeah,
so
I think they went pretty quickly from the first one being a hit into developing the sequel.
So they probably locked
kind of
down
makes sense
contracts right away. Yeah.
Yeah. Directed again by Richard Donner.
Yep.
He had a commentary track on my Blu-ray on this one, and so I'll cite that regularly. But like, he's so old school. I will say, like, he remembers practically nothing about the movie. God. I feel like he was just one of these like old school directors. Like, I'm a director for hire.
Yeah.
I didn't write the script. I'm just the guy who they hired to shoot the script, like an old school studio
to get
style.
the cats moving in the same direction.
Yeah, and he's great at that. But like, he's like, which one of the Lethal Weapons was the one? And he's like, who wrote this one? And like, and stuff like that. Like, they had him doing the commentary with some guy who I assumed was like an associate producer or something like that. But now, then at some point he's like, well, I was 13 years old when this movie came out. And I'm like, who is this guy? I think he was just a guy who was like part of the DVD production crew that like, maybe Donner's not like a Tarantino or a Scorsese who can just get there and talks to a consciousness. He like needed someone to ask him questions. So he had like someone to be bantering with a little bit. It was so strange.
I wish more commentaries would do that. The reason I stopped listening to commentaries is that most of the people doing the commentaries don't know how to do it, and then so there'll be just these huge long breaks of silence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why I just watched the movie. Like, this isn't illuminating at all.
It was weird because his commentary wasn't particularly illuminating, only because he seemed to have he probably hadn't seen the movie in 20 years.
Yeah, he did the job moving right along.
I move on to the next one.
Right, exactly.
Like, I'm proud of the work, but like I don't. Yeah. It's not like a Tarantino where like I wrote the script, like I saw this from the beginning to the end. It was more just like they told me when to show up for day one of shooting, and my job was just sort of to keep the production on schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But produced again by Joel Silver.
Yeah.
They said that
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, and I want to say Donner said on the commentary somewhere that like they had no idea when they were wrapped the part one, you know, that they were going to be doing. They didn't plan for sequels.
Sure.
Like they knew they had made a good movie, but once the test screenings, like everyone loved it, that Joel Silver told Donner, like, you know, get back to work or whatever, like start on part 2 right now. So it was, because 2 years is like a pretty quick turnaround.
That's a really fast turnaround for, a movie of this scope. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got Story by Shane Black and
Yeah.
Warren Murphy.
Yeah.
This guy Warren Murphy, I think, was a friend of Shane Black's or something. But he wrote a movie, an Eastwood flick called The Eiger Sanction.
Sanction.
It was just like a 70s sort of shoot 'em up or something
Okay.
action movie. But I think that I remember the title well because I think it used to be on TBS like all the time.
Okay.
Or something back in the day when it was a bunch of John Wayne flicks and like
Interesting. Yeah.
and all that and like whatever Charles Bronson type movies and stuff like that. What else did he write? Oh, he wrote Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins.
Oh my God, I remember Remo Williams.
I've never seen that, but John, former 6 Degrees host, loved Remo Williams.
Yeah, I remember Remo Williams. Yeah.
But then the duo left the project over creative differences with Warner Brothers, which we were just talking about. Like Shane Black was obsessed with the fact that Riggs had to die at the end. He's like, Riggs is gonna die at the end, and Warner Brothers was like, are we gonna like we don't want to kill the golden goose like
Right.
if we have he's like, no, we're not gonna kill the hero at the end of the movie. And then like Shane Black stormed off off the project. So he left with like a draft and a complete story and a draft that Warner Brothers wanted to change a lot of stuff on.
Shane
Right.
Black, always the even like level-headed guy, never
Yes.
flying off the handle.
Never like letting cocaine make decisions for him or cocaine and alcohol. But so they brought in Jeffrey Boehm, who had done rewrites on the first one
Mm-hmm.
and is a super established and like awesome screenwriter. He wrote I think he wrote Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Nice.
He wrote like a lot of awesome movies or whatever. He wrote Lost Boys. He did story and screenplay on the third one as well. So
cool.
there was a lot of continuity there. Edited again by Stuart Baird. Cinematography again by Stephen Goldblatt. The music was again by Michael Kamen and Eric Clapton.
Blows me away that Clapton came back for another one.
Crazy, right? And they gave also musical credit to a guy named David Sanborn, who was like I think the saxophonist. He was on the first one, but I think he got like a composer credit on this one as well.
sax was like epic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so important to the score. So
And I feel like the three of them would just sort of get together and jam, and like that's how the stuff got written. So
I like
good
that story. I'm going with that.
Good for giving the saxophonist credit. That's what I say. Cast is mostly the same, right? We got Mel Gibson back again as Detective Martin Riggs. Danny Glover back as Sergeant Roger Murtaugh. We're adding Joe Pesci as Leo Getz. This is like right before Pesci, his career really took off with Goodfellas, which he won an Oscar for. And then he did Home Alone and then My Cousin Vinny. But like this was the one I think that sort of brought him back to like people's awareness or whatever.
I mean, I think it goes to show how much he liked the character too, because by the time 3 came around, he didn't need to do this anymore,
Yeah.
right? And the fact that he like hopped on board to do this popcorn flick after he was Academy
Award winner, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's pretty huge.
Apparently, they also like had ideas that Danny DeVito would be the Leo Getz character. You don't think
that
so?
would have been a very different character, I feel like.
I can maybe see it. And then Joe Pantoliano was the other person that they like wanted to audition.
Yeah, Joey Pants is too smarmy. Like
Yeah.
Joe Pesci like walks that line.
Pesci is great.
Yeah,
It
he's
was-
perfect.
It was perfect.
Yeah,
It was
100%.
the perfect character for him because he can be annoying, but he's still like he's still kind of lovable.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I feel like DeVito can do that too, but it was perfect for Pesci. Then we got an actress named Patsy Kensit, played the character of Rika.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe how old the internet says she is, she was only like 20 years old when she did this movie.
I mean,
Maybe.
I
Or
hope
she could,
so.
She could also be lying. She could also be lying about her age,
It happens
which I feel like
too.
a lot of
It happens.
actresses will like, take 5 years off my age. Like
Yeah,
go
yeah,
back
yeah.
and change my Wikipedia or like my agent changes my IMDb birthday or whatever. But she had been like a child star and she was a pop musician. She had like a
interesting.
group that she was in
Huh.
called Eighth Wonder. Like she's an English
Yeah, yeah, and we'll get to the fact that every South African person in this movie is actually played by someone from the British Isles.
She's got though a ton of acting credits, but like nothing that I've ever seen. We had Joss Ackland playing the character of Rudd, Arjun Rudd. I remember him as Gordon Bombay's mentor on Mighty Ducks. It's like this and that are the two things that I remember him as. Yeah. Then we had Derek O'Connor playing the character of Peter, an Irish actor.
Yeah, Irish actor. Yeah.
He also has a lot of credits and plays a priest a lot.
Interesting.
Like,
I did not
want to
know
say
that.
at least 10 or 15 of his credits were like Father Joseph, Father Richard.
And then in this movie, he plays a bad dude. So
he's pretty great in this.
He's
wasn't
great
he?
in this. He's so good, so menacing. I loved his character.
Then we got Tracy Wolf back playing Rianne, the daughter of Detective Murtaugh, and Darlene Love is back playing Trish, the wife. All the kids were back.
Did they? I didn't see the youngest daughter.
She was there.
She was there. Okay,
yeah, she was there.
She was only in like one scene.
She was like the one like, Dad, they killed Flipper.
Yeah,
or like whatever. Like, Daddy
that's
killed
right.
Flipper. Like, yeah, she was
That's
there.
right. Okay.
That's impressive to me that they got all the kids.
I know,
and
right?
throughout, I think even in part 3, the kids are like the youngest ones in college, but it's like all the same actors.
Well, I love. Well, I'm not going to spoil it. We'll get to it at some point. But
okay.
Well, we got a lot of podcasts to go through.
There's a lot. Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Anyway,
do you want to just get right into it?
We're going to jump right into it. It opens with the Warner Brothers logo and then like a quick like stinger of the Looney Tunes theme.
Yeah.
Which I thought was an interesting choice.
Like it already like clues you in that this is like going to be maybe a little more cartoonish outing.
Yeah, I agree. But then, Lethal Weapon clangs together and we're off to the races because we smash cut to a close-up of Riggs and Murtaugh screaming down the streets of Los Angeles. And Riggs is just like yelling at the top of his lungs in pure excitement.
Yes.
Screams, God, I love this job, which is just what a way to open a movie.
He's like, he's high on being a cop.
Yeah, sure. Just being a cop. Nothing else. He's not high on anything else.
Nothing else at all.
Murtaugh, as usual, is annoyed by Riggs's, enthusiasm. And Riggs goes tries to get Murtaugh to drive faster, but Murtaugh makes it clear that this is his wife's new car, which is a relevant point for the entire movie. This is our drinking game, honestly, for the movie.
Yes, that's true. But basically, he's like way concerned that they're doing 65, and I'm like, that's not even. I don't even think that was fast, like in '89.
No,
like not like, oh my gosh, the car is gonna fall apart. Fast, I'm gonna destroy the car.
But it wouldn't be Murtaugh if he wasn't like overly cautious about something. So
true.
But they're chasing a red BMW through a very long tunnel, and
it's the famous movie tunnel.
Yeah, every movie in the world has been like Back to the Future, like everything has been shot in this tunnel.
Yeah, Blade Runner, a million. Yeah. Terminator, I think, had the big chase at the end of the first Terminator was in there.
Yeah.
Did you you were in LA Liver for a while? Was this tunnel like a heavily trafficked thing?
I mean, I didn't drive under it, but like one time.
It's the Second Street Tunnel.
Yeah, I didn't drive under it that often, but I wasn't in that part of the city that much.
Okay. It's like a quarter mile long or something. It's like a long ass tunnel.
It's a long ass tunnel.
Yeah.
But I never was in that part of the city, so I never really drove on it that much. But anyway, we see that the car that they're in is a wood panel station wagon, which I love.
That's such a perfect. It is such a. Those cars were ubiquitous
everywhere.
Like they were everywhere in the '80s, but it's like such a funny, like
so weird,
tropey sort of
it is
thing now, like a cliche.
Going back, I don't know why those were a thing.
The wood paneling is a weird choice.
A weird choice, right? Yeah. Anyway, the dispatcher comes over the CB and tells them to watch out because there's another police chase going on, and they're both headed towards each other.
I love this. They dumped us right into the action. I just love it.
Yeah, absolutely. When they reach the end of the tunnel, they almost collide with that other chase, and then but as the two cars come together, the blue bad guy car and the red bad guy car, they seem to recognize each other.
Yeah,
right?
Relevant. Yeah,
and then they all spin out in the middle of the intersection, but the chase then resumes.
I don't know that we've ever seen a movie where there was like two
simultaneous police chase,
like intersecting car chases going on.
I mean, it was cool. Yeah, it was different. Yeah, I was happy with it. So back at the police station, the cops are listening in on the chase in Captain Murphy's office.
Yeah, Captain Murphy's back.
He's back. I mean, everybody is back.
Steve Kahan is the actor. He's like a Richard Donner regular.
Yeah. Did he play Perry White in Superman, or who was that?
No, it wasn't Perry, but he was the cop who one of them got like hit by a train, like trying to find
Yeah.
Lex Luthor's thing down in the subway tunnels. He was one of those two cops.
Oh, okay.
They were down there in the subway.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in Superman for sure.
Anyway, this is when they learn in the captain's office that Riggs and Murtaugh are involved in the chase, and one of the old cops wants to bet money that Riggs and Murtaugh are going to catch their target first. But as soon as they hear that Murtaugh's driving his wife's station wagon, he's like, I knew nothing about the wife's station wagon. Bets off.
That was a hilarious moment.
Yeah, it's a good moment.
There was one of those two younger cops that was in there was this actor. When I saw him, I'm not used to seeing him with hair, but the actor's name is David Marciano. He was Virgil, like the surveillance guy in Homeland.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you were a Homeland guy.
I've never watched Homeland.
He was a regular on The Shield.
Okay.
If you watch The Shield, and he was one of the two co-leads on this show called Due South. You remember Due South, where it was like a Mountie and a Chicago cop? Like,
oh my God, no!
Couple. It was like I want to say it was a weird like
this.
CBS cop, not cop drama, cop like comedy,
buddy comedy kind of thing,
sort of
dramedy.
Thing. It was on. There was another. I feel like it ran back to back with that show early something where the
Early
guy would
edition.
get the next day's newspaper.
Yeah, that I did watch.
I feel
that
like
I
those
did
two
watch.
ran like. I feel like they ran back to back on like CBS one night.
I must have seen it then because I loved Early Edition.
I was like, Due South, holy shit! I hadn't thought about that show in a long, long time. I know I was watching that when I was like 12 or something.
Yeah, straight up. Back on the street, both bad guy cars are driving side by side. The guys inside, they're like Aryan race motherfuckers, and they look over at each other.
That's why I like you cut right to the cut right to the quick.
I mean, that was literally the first thing I thought
They're
of
all
as an adult.
Blonde-haired, like
It didn't occur to me as a kid, but then like as an adult, I'm watching this again. And I'm going, "Woo, Nazis!"
It made me wonder. I wonder if they were trying to get to the same place, like the fact that they were like running side by side. I'm like, because they seem to know each other.
Yeah,
like they're in league with each other. I had me wondering, like, I wonder if they're trying to get to the same safe house or the same like rendezvous point or something like that.
Yeah. The two guys. So one starts speaking in a foreign language into a walkie-talkie. And all the police can hear it on the radio, but no one can identify the language.
They had all sorts of crazy guesses.
Yeah.
He's like, what is that? Is that German?
Yeah.
Is it Japanese?
So
that was a reach.
So we'll get to this in a little bit, but Katie lived in South Africa for a while. So she immediately recognized that this was Afrikaans.
Yeah.
And she has thoughts on the accents.
Oh, she watched this one with you?
Yeah. Katie watched it with me. Anyway.
There was a weird joke about like, maybe is it Japanese radio? Maybe the Japanese bought the LAPD. There was that weird era where people were afraid
of the Japanese taking
Japan
over.
was going to buy everything.
Yeah.
Like Die Hard had that Japan phobia.
Yep, that's right.
And that
that's right.
Gung Ho. Do you remember the Michael Keaton and the car plant?
Yes, that's right.
I love that.
Yeah, that was a great
just
movie.
Worried that the Japanese were getting
whole,
ahead of us or whatever.
The xenophobia over the Japanese was crazy.
Yeah.
And it did not end up happening the way that movies thought it was going to happen. But so back in the car, one of the bad guys, he like pumps a shotgun, leans out the passenger window, and he just shoots out Murtaugh's windshield. Just
Take a drink.
immediately. Yeah, drink.
First damage to Murtaugh's car.
And so Riggs then kicks the shattered windshield out.
With tremendous ease.
I know. It's just like it wasn't
true
even
action movie style.
Yeah.
It's like you just give one good kick and your windshield is going to fly out.
Who knew that windshields were so poorly attached to cars?
Only in movies, I feel like. Is it just like you give a good shove, you can push it out with one hand.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Sometimes I want a little air in my face while I'm driving, so I just
Shove the
push my
window
windshield out.
Yeah, sure.
So the dispatcher back on the radio says, "Be advised, shots fired." And and Riggs goes, "Thanks for the scoop." One police car. Yeah, this was so weird. I had forgotten this moment. Like, inexplicably, like gets like lost in traffic. Jerks the steering wheel all over again. We cut to a close-up of this police officer who I don't think we ever see again.
No.
And then he runs into this like truck carrying a trailer.
Yeah.
And it explodes.
I mean, he definitely died.
Oh, there's no way he lived.
We
that.
didn't
No, no.
see him again. I think because he
he's
definitely
dead.
died.
No reason for it.
Remarkably bad driving. Like he just he bullseyed the trailer.
Almost to the point where I felt like he was like, you know what? I'm tired of these police chases in LA. I'm done. I'm taking myself out.
So you say we don't see that guy again, but we do. because he's one of the South African henchmen, like later in the movie, like the same guy.
Oh well, good on movie because I didn't notice.
He was the one with the glasses on as the like the nerdy sort of. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why he got both. Apparently, he also was the guy who played the sheriff in the Goonies.
Okay,
like he was just another Richard Donner. Like he was part of Richard Donner's company or whatever. But
yeah.
Oh, he's also in. I think he played one of the mercenaries in the first movie.
Okay.
And he's in 3 as well. The same actor. Yeah. I like to imagine that he could be the same character.
Right.
Like that he survived the car crash and then joined the bad guys or something.
He decided that being a cop in LA wasn't worth it. But anyway, the real reason that this car explodes is so that Murtaugh can drive the station wagon through the flames for a cool action moment. And Riggs quips. There's so many quips in this sequence, by the way. Oh God, now we're cooking.
Yeah, Riggs is like a one-liner machine.
Oh my God, it's just
movie.
like constant. The bad guy cars though, they like separate up in the chaos, and then the police, like, it all goes kind of crazy at this point. But Murtaugh sticks with the red BMW, and it cuts in front of Murtaugh. He swerves to avoid hitting it, and then like plows in the back to a parked car. So drink number 2, everybody.
Also,
we're 10 minutes into this movie.
Well, he could easily have put the bad guy car out of commission. Instead, he chose to crash into like an innocent bystander. It's kind of crazy. I don't think he meant to crash into anybody, but yeah, that car's getting fucked up.
Yeah. Well, he gets shot, stopped dead, and another police car like rams into his backside.
Drink again.
Yeah. I know, another drink.
It's brutal for the car.
This is brutal for our livers.
The action was like well choreographed though.
It was good.
The whole car chase stuff was good.
Murtaugh is understandably pissed. Riggs is annoyed that they're not chasing him anymore. So Riggs like slides out through the open hole of the windshield and like runs after the BMW on foot, which was a little insane to me. But that's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time Riggs has run after something that he should not have been able to catch.
It would not be a Lethal Weapon movie if Riggs wasn't like sprinting down the street.
It's almost like Tom Cruise and running in a Mission Impossible movie. But anyway, as Murtaugh's like pulling out, trying to get back into the chase, his bumper falls off, drink again, and then he's back off into the space. Danny Glover's so good at playing like annoyed. Oh yeah,
he's slamming his fist on the dashboard and stuff. It's like he's so good at that. He's really good.
The BMW, meanwhile, hasn't gotten that far. It spins out as more cop cars show up, and Riggs like throws himself on the back of the BMW while the car is still spinning. Great stunt moment. And while he's on the car, he screams, "I'd like to see your driver's license and proof of insurance," which is a great line.
They're leaning hard into the humor.
Oh yeah,
in this movie,
it's a way sillier movie than the first one.
It's pushed as hard towards being a comedy as you can get. I think it'll still be an action movie. They also like they really softened Riggs' character up,
big time
from the first movie. Is like a sort of a different type
up
of guy.
Up until towards the end, he's like a different character.
That's in my notes. The old Riggs comes back at the end.
Yeah. But he's thrown off the car. The driver regains control, and he speeds off.
On the commentary, Donner was talking like that was really Mel Gibson, and I'm like, I find that doubtful. I don't think they're going to let him be like helmetless, getting thrown off a moving car.
Yeah,
I can't see it.
At this point, it's he's not a young guy shooting guerrilla cinema in Australia.
He's an
A-list celebrity in Hollywood. Yeah, there's no way they're letting him do that.
He's the face of like your $100 million franchise.
Yeah, it's not happening. There's no way that was Gibson. I mean, I don't know. It can't be because
he does some crazy stunts in this movie.
He does do,
but they're not gonna on a wide shot where it doesn't need to be him.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be him falling off. of a car.
if you listen to the horror stories of getting Tom Cruise insured on the Mission Impossible movies, only Tom Cruise can do that because he basically just pays for his own insurance, which is in the millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the driver leans out the window. He fires some shots from a submachine gun, but Riggs rolls away. Could be another drinking game. Riggs is practicing to be a gymnast in this movie. He spends so much time rolling places. The BMW drives up a steep bridge, and once again, Riggs is chasing on foot.
Yeah. You got to have it. I mean, that's Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Inexplicably wet streets in L.A. Though I don't know. Actually, you know what? We do know what time of year this is, but we'll clue that in later on in the flick.
Yeah. By this point, Murtaugh, he's finally gotten the station wagon moving, and he drives up behind him, and he's like, "Get your slow ass in here!" And it's a hilarious moment because there's a whole line of cars behind Riggs.
Yes.
And he is literally impeding the chase because he's running on foot. He finally slows down and he insists on getting into the driver's seat. And Murtaugh like resists, but ultimately gives in. And then,
He's like, not one scratch.
No,
like,
no.
as if the car's not already
right,
fucked up.
it's just completely destroyed. And then Riggs like immediately starts aiming the station wagon towards a lane of very gridlock traffic and a guardrail, right?
Yeah.
And Murtaugh is like yelling, "It's not going to fit. It's not going to fit." Riggs is like, "No, it'll fit. It'll fit." He's very flippant about it. Of course, it doesn't fit. Sparks fly everywhere. Everybody drink again. We see that the other chase, though, with the blue car, is still happening on a different bridge.
It was like down, like it was almost like one, like they were down on a road running parallel, but below the other one.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I loved like
it was a great shot.
Whatever location this was
so
awesome.
many helicopter shots in this movie.
Yeah.
And they're good too, though. Like, I don't know. I love actual helicopter shots because they're shaky and they're unstable.
Yeah.
I don't like that they use drones now because it's too glidey and it's too perfect because they go in and post and like correct all the shakiness.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I hate that. But anyway, I love helicopter shots. So Riggs chuckles like, you were right. There wasn't enough room.
It's hilarious.
Murtaugh does not laugh, though.
Yeah.
So back at the other pursuit, the cops get the bad guys trapped on a bridge, and there's nowhere to go. The two bad guys, they jump out of their cars, they open fire at the police, at which point a helicopter suddenly appears from below an LA bridge and hovers above the bad guy's car. And I'm like, okay, so
where the fuck did this thing come
I was
from?
literally in a helicopter a week ago, right? Helicopters are loud as fuck. They are so loud.
Yes.
There is no way they would not have noticed a helicopter hovering just below this bridge.
It materialized.
I mean,
from below
it literally
the bridge.
does
like,
materialize.
So it was waiting down there?
Yeah, like what is the setup for this? It was absolutely insane to me.
Also, like, I feel like helicopters got to be like registered and stuff, and like has tail numbers and like you don't just show up in your helicopter.
No,
like I feel like there's flight records and we know who the bad guys are.
You have to file flight plans and you have to get permission to take off.
And it's just like this mysterious, like did you watch Conspiracy Theory? The Richard Donner,
yeah.
Where it was like he had this thing about the black helicopters. The black helicopters are everywhere. Maybe it's one of the mysterious black
the
helicopters.
The CIA is actually working with the South African government.
Crazier things have happened.
Anyway, the bad guys jump onto the top of their car, they climb into the helicopter, and then the helicopter flies away. In our other chase, Riggs forces the BMW down an alley.
We're suddenly on the back lot now.
Yeah, now we're on the back lot. Yeah, we're no longer in actual LA.
I think Richard Donner said it was like the Little Orphan Annie back lot where they like the old timey New York.
Yeah, but you can
lot.
but you can do the alleys and it doesn't really look any different.
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, it was cool.
So another police car appears at the other end of the alley, but the bad guy's able to squeeze right past the cruiser, and then the cruiser, of course, blocks Riggs from getting past. The classic chase moment. The BMW seems like it's about to get away, but then another cop car shows up. They collide head on, and the BMW flips over to its roof, and it like crashes into storefront. This whole chase was awesome. So much destruction, explosions. I mean,
they crashed into like a damn chandelier store or
Yeah.
something like that. It was great, but completely inexplicable car like flip.
Yeah.
They collided head on, and the one car went like a ramp, ramped up and over the other one and rolled over. But it was a badass stunt.
I mean, I do love that the Lethal Weapon franchise plays very fast and loose with the concept of physics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and things materializing. I'm just realizing is the airbag in the first movie from the jumper sequence.
Yes,
where that came from out of nowhere.
Well, like
too.
Mr. Joshua and the helicopter when they killed Hunsaker, like they appeared.
Yeah, that's
at the funeral out of nowhere.
That's right.
And shot him through the window.
Like
again in a quiet helicopter. Apparently.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, this is a precedent in Lethal Weapon's universe. So it's obeying the rules of the world that they've created for themselves. So the police cruiser that's blocking Riggs and Murtaugh, it backs away, and Murtaugh goes, "This was a new car, Riggs." And Riggs is like, "Well, it still is." I mean,
that's funny.
On a technicality,
it's true.
Yeah, it is technically true. Yeah,
it's still a new car.
I thought that was a funny line.
Liked it.
Yeah. So they pull up to the crashed BMW, and Riggs says that we're going to rush the car on the count of 3, but there's like some confusion, which we pay off again later.
Oh yeah, it's a running gag throughout the franchise.
Yeah, exactly. So Riggs finds that the car's empty, and like, but then he takes his anger out on Murtaugh. He's like, "You didn't go on 3."
Yeah.
They scream at each other for a while about this.
I love Danny Glover.
Yeah.
I love that he's like, no, sometimes we go on 1, 2, 3, then go. Sometimes we go on 1, 2, 3, then go.
Yeah.
It's like, it's such a hilarious. That feels like a Shane Black
it's Shane
argument to be
Black-ism.
having.
Yeah. So they tell the other officers to fan out and look for the missing driver. But then they hear a noise in a trunk and think that the driver might be hiding in there.
Yeah.
Riggs gives the trunk a hard kick, but instead what he finds is just a shitload of like gold coins that pour out like just a sheet. Like
Yes.
it's like you won the jackpot or something.
Well, since when does one well-placed kick cause a trunk to open?
It was 89, man. They didn't make trunks like they do now. They check the coins and they realize that they're South African Krugerrands. And Murtaugh points out that those are illegal in the United States. Are they illegal in the United States?
They were
Interesting.
at that time. I
Because
went
of
and did deep.
apartheid?
I went and did deep research. Now you can like totally buy them again.
Yeah, okay.
Like a Krugerrand's like it's just like a 1 ounce gold coin,
Right.
or whatever. That you can go and buy them on like Walmart.com. You can buy
Oh,
them.
okay.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, you pay like $4,000 or $5,000 for an ounce.
Mhm,
You know, like is based on whatever the price of gold is or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, like it caused me to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole of like how fucked up South Africa was.
I also went down a few rabbit holes over the course of this movie, which we'll get to.
But this was like, South Africa is like super rich in diamonds and in gold deposits or whatever. And the South African government introduced Krugerrands in 1967 as a way to try to sell their gold.
Interesting.
And they were like 90% of the gold bullion market in 1980 was buying
Wow.
Krugerrands.
Wow.
And USA was like the top marketplace or whatever for them. But then the US government banned them in 1985 as like economic sanctions, trying to pressure them to end apartheid or whatever. So yeah, it was like a current events
Very
issue. Like they were
interesting.
newly illegal to be possessed and trafficked in America at that time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
And then I think once they got rid of apartheid, then U.S.
Yeah,
called those
the
sanctions,
sanctions are off,
and now
yeah.
you can get them on Walmart.
and now South Africa is a paradise utopia.
well, it's so fucked up because like blood diamonds, and,
Yeah.
and like there's a small rich minority that's like pillaging all the natural resources.
Yeah.
And like we're all rich, and the people who are actually probably digging for the diamonds and the gold are dirt poor.
I mean,
Yeah,
it would
it's
explain
second class.
basically all of South African cinema.
And where Elon Musk's vast wealth
Yeah,
from
right.
his daddy's wealth came
That's
from is
right.
like
That's
South
right.
African emerald mines.
Yeah.
Fucking pieces of shit.
Just anyway,
Anyway.
we are more than happy to
But
have
yes,
South Africans
South
be the
Africa
villains.
makes a great villain, and I can't think of
Yes.
another movie where South African
No,
like
I
apartheid
was-
people were the villains.
There was that movie Blood Diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio, and that was really the only other movie I could think of.
and I think were they in Sierra Leone or something like that, or
Yeah.
Liberia?
Oh, that's right, they weren't.
But I think
I
do think
Leo was
Leo's
playing a
character,
South African.
He was like from Rhodesia
Yeah,
or something,
exactly.
like one of these
Yeah.
colonial
Yeah,
countries. But yeah, for sure.
But anyway, the next morning back at the station, the captain is just yelling out Murtaugh because you have to. As a movie captain, you have to yell. You don't have to like actually suspend someone or, fire them for gross negligence and illegal activities. You just have to yell at them a little bit.
Did you notice Murtaugh was packing 2 pistols for some reason?
No, I did not
He had like a
notice
shoulder
that.
holster and one on his belt.
Oh man, I guess
and he does
he's,
like the whole movie. It's kind of strange.
and then he never uses one of the shoulder holster.
I guess
one.
not. Yeah, and just like that's odd.
Yeah.
Especially walking around the station like with 2 guns on you. Seems weird, but
So Murphy says that the damage from the chase is coming out of their budget, and Murtaugh says you can pay it off with the Krugerrands, which I love.
Yeah.
And then the captain goes, "Don't make jokes, make arrests."
That's a good line.
Yeah, it's a good line because they
Good
didn't make
writing.
any arrests. Yeah.
But also, it is weird that he's mad at them. Like, what did they do wrong?
Right, exactly. These
I don't
two,
know. You shouldn't have let the bad guys do all that damage.
right?
Like, I mean, it's somewhat not up to us. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
To a certain extent. Well, I mean, that one cop who exploded the trailer, that was kind of on them.
Though no one's referencing the fact that they lost a man last night. Because there's no way that guy survived.
It's not happening.
He's
No.
a ball of flames.
Yeah, he is basically beef jerky at this point. Overcooked beef jerky. Anyway, Murphy says it was supposed to be a routine drug bust, and it turned into helicopters and machine guns. And Murtaugh,
Right, none of that was the cops' fault.
No, it was
That's
like
just crazy to me. But
they weren't feeding these guys.
they weren't the ones with the machine guns and helicopters. Like, we can't control whatever. But anyway, yeah.
So anyway, they reach this. I mean, they're walking and talking, and they reach the squad room. And I love this scene. I remember this scene so well. I don't know why, but as a kid,
Oh yeah.
I just loved this whole moment. What they see is Riggs is struggling to get out of a straitjacket. Like, why? Where? I mean, who has a straitjacket
It is crazy.
just freely available? And then who is like, I got an idea.
I bet you can't get. I'm sure Riggs said, "I bet you I can get out of that."
Yeah,
You
right,
know?
right,
And then
exactly,
that's how
yeah.
it all started. But like the captain is just like gives, "Oh fuck this!
Yeah, I just
Look,
don't want. I don't
I'm
want anything
leaving."
to do with this. Yeah, but the detectives are taunting Riggs and saying he's running out of time. Myrtle wants to know what's going on, and Hank from Breaking Bad, he explains that Riggs bet everyone he could get out of the straitjacket in 5 minutes.
There was a lot of familiar faces like in the squad.
Yeah,
We
there really
had-
was.
The woman cop was Vasquez from Aliens.
Yeah,
And John Connor's foster mom.
yeah, okay.
From T2. She was like tickling his nose with the dollar bill or whatever like that. They did a good job though, I thought, of like developing a likable like ensemble of other cops. What it was missing was there was no asshole character.
No,
There's always supposed to be that one guy who's like antagonizing the hero for no reason,
no
or like trying to
reason.
obstruct the hero from being a hero.
yeah, that's true. But they're really
In real
none of
life, this
the-
is real because this is more like the real life version.
Yeah,
of it.
in none of the Lethal Weapon movies is there really that antagonistic cop that I
No.
can recall. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, there's a lot of familiar faces. Agent Johnson is making his
Agent
return.
Johnson was back. Grand
Yeah.
L. Bush.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a Hispanic dude who was like one of the duo of like Cuban cops in Bad
that's
Boys.
right. That's right. That's
One
right.
of like the other guys.
Yeah.
The other group, the other partner cops or whatever. Gosh, I feel like there was even more like recognizable dudes. Oh, one guy was there was a super Italian looking dude.
Oh, yeah, I
And
remember him.
he-
Yeah.
He played Joe Pesci's brother in Casino, and he was in Goodfellas as well. or
Oh,
whatever,
that's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, Riggs goes, don't try this at home, boys and girls. And Murtaugh starts chuckling because he knows what's about to happen. Riggs lurches violently. He's like moving his body around, contorting it in a weird way. And we hear like this really loud pop, and his shoulder comes out of his socket. Everybody's like, ugh! And Murtaugh tells the detective to leave their money on the desk and get back to work because he knows Riggs has got this one. Riggs slips one arm free, pulls a straitjacket over his head, and he's free with seconds to spare.
Yes.
A cop demands to know why how Riggs did that, and Riggs explains that he dislocated his shoulder a while back, and now he can do it whenever he wants. Is that true?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And I remember at the end of the first movie, he had his arm in a sling.
Yeah, that's right.
After fighting Mr. Joshua, but I went back. It was a different shoulder. They missed an opportunity.
That would have been
there.
a great
It should have been the
opportunity.
same one that was in a sling after fighting Mr. Joshua.
That would have been a great little
Yeah.
callback. But one of the cops goes, "Doesn't that hurt?" And Riggs goes, "Yeah, it does, but not as much as when I put it back in." At which point he like slams his shoulder into a cabinet to pop it back in place, and like Gibson does a good job of looking like he was in unbearable pain in that moment. It was a good moment. But yeah, I remember that scene vividly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why it stuck with my head
same.
that way.
This
but
movie's got a lot of really memorable scenes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we've said that's Chekhov's trick shoulder.
Yeah, Chekhov's trick. There's so many Chekhov's something in this
Yeah,
movie.
it's crazy.
They're very good at establishing all of the things that are going to get used later. The detectives start to scatter, and then we see that the police psychologist is there. The same actor.
She's back.
Yeah.
This is Mary Ellen Trainor. She's
That's
back.
right. That's right. And Riggs goes, well, if it isn't Mrs. Sigmund Fraud, she is long suffering, and she suggests that Riggs should come see her. And he says that they should just keep their relationship strictly professional. Again, king of one-liners in this. Again, I think this could be our second drinking game. I think we've got two drinking games
No, we
going
would
on
die.
this.
We would die if we did all the jokes. This movie is a joke. Is a joke heavy
It
movie.
is. It is. It's quips left and right.
I had mentioned this last movie, but like she had been like literally the only person who was genuinely concerned for Riggs's well-being in the first movie, and now she's just like a punching bag,
Right,
Like
I
a
know.
target for harassment. It's kind of crazy.
Like through the whole movie, the scenes that she's in, no one takes her seriously.
Like she's the one who didn't like think you were faking it. You know what I mean? And now you're just giving her nothing but shit.
Well, this is America in the 80s. Mental health was bullshit. It
Yes.
wasn't a real thing. So anyway, Riggs tells everyone to pay up, and we see someone that has left a Krugerrand as payment. Murtaugh grabs it, and he demands to know where it came from. Of course, no one confesses. Murtaugh goes like, you can't just help yourself to this stuff. This is evidence. It's a goddamn Krugerrand.
Oh man, tons of those would have disappeared.
Oh god, there's no.
Because they're untraceable.
And there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. No one was at that crime scene counting each one.
There's
to
no
make a record
serial
of it.
numbers or anything like that. I feel like you take it to any jeweler,
Yeah,
and they'll
they're
just like melt it
okay,
down
yeah.
and give you the scrap cost or whatever. Right? It's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Yeah. So half of those Krugerrands are gone. There's no question. So Murtaugh sticks it in his desk as Riggs protests because he says he wanted fair and square.
Oh, yeah.
Riggs asks Murtaugh if he wants to grab dinner later, and Murtaugh says he can't because Rianne's commercial is premiering that night. Uh-oh, she's a burgeoning actress. Riggs is surprised at the news, and Murtaugh says, look, keep it down. I don't want the rest of the squad to hear.
I don't buy that Riggs would not be aware.
Yeah, because
that
he's so
Rianne
close
was,
to his family.
in a commercial.
Yeah,
He's like a member of the family.
Yeah, exactly. But, that's what they're going with. He's confused, and Murtaugh says that he hasn't seen the commercial, and he's like, well, what if she stinks?
Yeah.
Right? It's like, okay, good confidence in your own daughter there, but whatever. Riggs scoffs and is concerned and announces to all of the detectives in the station that Rianne's going to be making her television debut at a commercial, and then forces Murtaugh to tell them all of the details. The detectives clap, and Murtaugh goes, with this crowd, baby, you better not stink.
This is a great fucking subplot.
Oh, this is a great
Rianne
subplot.
commercial subplot is whoever came up with this is a genius.
And it's throughout the show. It's great. Yeah. So later on, the pair, they arrive at Murtaugh's house. And there's
back on the familiar the Warner Brothers Ranch again.
And we're back, and it's the same house, and it's
suburbia,
still under construction. It's always going under construction.
That is the running gag, is that it's always like a construction zone.
This time he's like building a huge addition to the site. I mean, a whole separate structure.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, when they pull up, Riggs' truck and Murtaugh in his busted station wagon. Nick, the Murtaugh's son, comes running out, and he sees the damage on the station wagon, and he's like, this was a brand new car. Mom's going to be upset. And Murtaugh does the great callback. This is still a brand new car. Murtaugh then proceeds to walk Riggs around the construction.
So I feel like they haven't been home in days.
Yeah, I guess not.
Because they were out the night before, I guess, doing the chase.
Yeah.
And all that.
Oh yeah. Well,
and he hasn't been home, it doesn't seem.
That would make sense. I mean, think about all the paperwork.
It's in the middle of the night. Yeah. They were just like, honey, I'm not going to be home tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
Or like we have a bust tonight or something.
Yeah,
so
it's got to be something like that. But it would also make sense too, because did you notice all the chalk markings all over the station wagon?
Do you think that was it had been processed
it
as
had been
evidence?
Processed as evidence.
And
That's
a
what I was
temporary
thinking.
windshield taped in?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they play real fast and loose with the tape on the windshield throughout this movie. There's some scenes, it's not there other scenes. Every time it gets replaced, it's not consistent at all. So while Murtaugh's showing Riggs the place, he explains it's a 2-car garage, and it's going to be his man cave above the garage. Or he calls it a hobby room. Mm-hmm. So as Murtaugh is explaining the new space, he says, look, I need to be happy. I'm going to be retiring in the next few years, which alarms Riggs. He says, cut it out. You're not thinking of retiring, are you? And Murtaugh goes, I've been thinking about it since I met you.
He's like, I'm going to retire when I'm 52. And it's like, dude, you were 50 at the beginning of the last movie.
Right,
Famously, you were having your 50th birthday party at the beginning of the last movie.
Right. With that tub with the mirror and his whole family.
That bathroom will make another appearance.
It does make another appearance. And just, I'm spoiling it, but the mirror is still there in the bathroom.
Indeed.
So Riggs goes, this is a nice hobby room. I guess all you need now is a hobby.
That's pretty good.
Anyway, the contractor McGee, he fires a nail gun into the Chekhov's nail gun, by the way.
Chekhov's nail. McGee's fucking a great character.
Yeah. He's only in one scene, but he's hilarious.
Where did they find this guy?
Yeah, I don't know. But Riggs and Murtaugh have almost like a PTSD moment where they think they're being shot at, and they both duck and roll. Another roll from Riggs. There's so many potential drinking games in this movie. and pull out their guns and point it at the contractor. And the contractor like freaks out and he dives for cover. And they go like, hey man, I'm sorry, that was like super uncool. And the contractor goes, you're sorry? Check my shorts for Christ's sakes.
I love that. I'm like, you're sorry. Check my shorts for Christ's sakes. Good delivery. I feel like this guy had to be a stand-up comic or something like this guy McGee, but he was in the credits. His character was contractor or carpenter or something, but like the actor's name is McGee.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like they just wound up calling him by his real name, which is kind of cool.
That makes sense because in the script they wouldn't bother giving this character a name. He's got like 2 lines. But so Murtaugh like finds this nail gun very interesting, but like the contractor
foreshadowing.
Like, yeah, exactly. And wants to like hang out, like play with it and check it out, but the contractor is like less sure about this. And I thought it was a little bit weird given that they had just pointed firearms at this contractor. So clearly they know their way around a gun-like object.
Yes, true.
But he still handles it very, very gingerly. And he looks at it and he's pretty impressed by this lethal
weapon.
Yeah, this very lethal weapon. And Murtaugh goes, a man's not even safe in his own home. And the contractor goes, then stay the hell out of here then.
That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah. So later on, the Murtaugh family, they're around the TV. They're getting ready for Rianne's commercial. There's a lot of teasing going on, a great family moment.
I love that every member of the family was back. I love that.
Yeah, good family moment. And obviously Riggs is clearly a part of the family.
Yes.
I
love that it was the same family vibe from the first movie with like a lot of sort of like good-natured like roasting or whatever
exactly,
each other.
But they all don't hate each other. Like they're there because they want to support Rianne. And it's so, it's great. Rianne's new boyfriend is there also, and Murtaugh is giving him the classic 80s dad cold shoulder.
Yeah.
He goes like, do I know you?
Yeah, we had a long chat, sir.
Yeah,
did I like you? Or did you get the impression that I liked you?
Like,
it was good.
Yeah, and he goes, then sit down.
So they were watching Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, they were watching Tales from the Crypt, which is crazy.
Also, like famously an HBO show.
Right, there was no commercials.
Also, that show only had made its like first television debut like 3 weeks before the movie came out.
Wow.
So. And it's an executive producer, Richard Donner.
Oh, okay,
so it was like he stuck his own thing in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like when they had like Lost Boys on the marquee, and like that movie hadn't even come out yet. When the first Lethal Weapon was out. But this was an episode called "And All Through the House," which was directed by Robert Zemeckis and starred Mary Ellen Trainor, the police psychologist. For the movie was like the lead.
That's hilarious.
Crazy.
I've probably seen it. I've seen almost all of those episodes. Anyway. Murtaugh, he's like he has a sandwich and he starts eating it, and it's a tuna sandwich, and everybody in the family goes ballistic. And he's like, whoa, what the hell's going on? And then they start talking about how they're boycotting tuna because the dolphins get caught into the net. And like we only albacore. We only eat albacore. Yeah.
But it was like the beginnings, like all the social justice subplots of the movie as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, in the previous movie, like on the fridge, there was a stop apartheid. Like, they have like somewhat referenced apartheid.
There's
in this
a little
movie.
bit of a connection to how that sticker led to this plot line, but I'll tell you about that.
Well, we'll get to it
later
soon
on.
enough.
But
We'll get to it soon
this
enough.
movie is like chock full of like social justice type of things.
Yeah.
So for real, we'll get.
But
to
I mean,
all
like
of them.
they changed how tuna is fished years later, and partially as a result of the outrage of this kind of thing. So good on them for affecting change, But anyway, the family banters some more, and before you know it, the commercial turns on, and everybody's like, shh.
Oh, and it was right after a commercial for Subway.
Yeah, that's right.
I assume Subway like paid for product
because
placement
we will see
in this
Subway
movie.
many more times in this movie.
But like later on, they're kind of catching strays later in the thing. But we'll get to that on the next Subway appearance. But yeah.
Anyway, the camera comes on and Rianne's in like a cute bathing suit. And she's on a beach. She's having a good time. But then the narration starts getting a little bit interesting about being ready and making sure that you're safe. And before you know it, yes, in fact, it is a commercial for condoms. And Roger and Trish are both absolutely speechless. Now, how the hell did they not know?
There's no scenario in which that neither mom nor dad knew what this commercial was even for.
Right, exactly.
I could see I could see mom knowing, but like saying we should gotta keep this a secret
keep it
from
a
your dad or whatever until it's done.
Yeah.
But there's no way that neither one of them would know.
Also, why would she be proud to have her parents see this commercial?
Yeah, I don't know.
And her boyfriend, by the way. Like, it just seems it makes for some really great jokes throughout the
Oh my
course of the
gosh.
movie, but the whole thing is a little ridiculous. So, anyway, it's great. I mean, Danny Glover plays this scene phenomenally
Oh yeah.
because he is such the put upon dad. He's so great. He turns off the TV very painfully. There's this very awkward silence. And at this point, we know that McGee contractor has wandered in.
He's wandered in, beer in hand.
Beer in
It was
hand.
crazy.
Yes.
Where'd he get that beer from?
It was
They
great.
help yourself to a beer in the fridge.
So Myrtle tells Trish to take the kids upstairs. Everybody tries to calm him down, but he is not having it.
Oh, man, the littlest daughter was like, we learned all about this in human development.
Human development, yeah.
Human what? Human development, what? Oh my gosh. Danny Glover is so good in this role.
It's so good. Yeah, he's great. So anyway, they give up the fight, and Trish takes the kids upstairs. Meanwhile, Rianne's complaining that she thinks she looked fat, but her boyfriend is like, "Oh no, I liked it," which is a straight up lie. Murtaugh tells the boy to like get the hell out of the house, and he reminds him that he has a gun. So Rianne gets up and she walks the boyfriend out. Riggs tries to calm down Murtaugh, but then McGee, the contractor, drops this epic line. He says, "I liked it. She made me want to go and buy rubbers right now."
That's fucking unreal.
It's just
That's the funniest. That's one of the funniest jokes ever in any movie. She made me
Oh,
want to go buy
God.
rubbers right now.
Yeah.
That's so fucking good.
But also, when was the last time you called a condom a rubber?
I don't know.
It's been a
I don't
minute,
know.
right?
They get a lot of they use rubber a lot in this
But I mean,
movie.
in '89, it was a
guess
pretty
so, yeah.
common,
yeah.
a common term for them. But it was like, oh, rubber. I haven't heard condoms called rubbers in a long time. Anyway, it was a great line. Riggs is stifling a laugh as hard as we are actually laughing. And he trots off and he tries to keep the boyfriend from leaving. And the boyfriend goes, "But Mr. Murtaugh has a gun." And Riggs goes, "Yeah, but it's an old gun and he's not a very good shot," which is, I thought, really hilarious. And the boyfriend laughs. But anyway, he leaves anyway, and Rianne goes with him.
What a handsome dude that guy was.
He was
the boyfriend.
really
He's like
good-looking
a good-looking
kid.
dude. I'm
Yeah,
like-
I know.
I was like,
I
this
mean,
guy.
Rianne's a pretty good-looking woman
Yeah,
too.
she's foxy.
So yeah,
I was like, this kid had to go on to be a star, but he barely did anything else. And
maybe
I'm
he did
oh,
like modeling or something.
I guess
don't
so.
know.
Yeah, I don't know where they found him.
He was
but,
a very pretty dude.
dimples. She had a type. He had big dimples, like her,
That's right.
like her
Just
boyfriend
like her
from
first
the first
boyfriend.
one.
That's right. Who, God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. Mr. Joshua got to him.
Oh, poor Dimple's boyfriend. Anyway, so they head out. Murtaugh is already. He's already like going, "I can't believe I have to go to work. This is the worst fucking thing ever."
He's right about that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I feel
yeah.
like that's what his real issue is. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
never
not
gonna
so much
hear-
his
I'm
daughter.
never going to hear the end of this.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They're going to be leaving rubbers everywhere. Yeah. So he says that he's going to go out and get some fresh air. This is another great line from
Oh, yeah.
Riggs. He's like, "Look, give the boy some credit. You know, in one ear and out the rubber."
It's so good. It was so good.
It's so funny.
Great timing.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson's a funny dude.
He's a great comedian. Yeah. Great comic timing. Well, it gets serious now though,
Mm.
because we cut to the most insane office I have seen in a movie in a long time.
Yes.
I swear to God, there is a Nazi eagle hanging
Oh, yeah.
on the wall behind this guy.
For sure.
And
For sure.
it is all just like slate gray.
It's wild.
There's like this really large fish tank on one side, a single desk in the back of the room that's raised above the rest of the office space.
Uh-huh.
There is no furniture in here except for the single desk and the chair, but there is a sheet of plastic
Yeah.
like around on the ground, right? Crazy ass fucking room. Anyway, we cut to this huge office and there's this old motherfucker, like old ass dude,
Yeah.
and he is
Yeah.
munching on some dinner or another there.
He's eating dinner in like almost total darkness.
Yeah, it's
like all the lights are out. It's so weird. Do you often eat dinner in the dark?
There's no windows in whatever this is.
It was being lit by the aquarium.
Yeah,
that's
it's
essentially
literally being lit by the aquarium. There's no overhead lights, no windows.
Donner told a story that was a good one.
Okay.
Where he said they were going to go film this scene. Everyone showed up to the set, and like the production designer had painted the whole room was painted pink, and Donner said he went into a rage and like summoned the production designer. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like what? He's like, well, I thought everyone I didn't want to do just the boring gray, like boring, like anonymously military evil, whatever. And he's like, no, that's exactly who these guys are.
Right.
He's like, so he had everybody like had to take a break and like sit around while they repainted the set or whatever. And they said that the set reeked of wet paint while they were filming.
Oh God, that's awful. That's a great story though. But while he's eating, there's a knock on the door, and this very tall, slim. Oh, this is O'Connor who's playing Peter.
Yeah.
He comes in and he opens the door. And then behind him, the red BMW driver, he comes in behind him.
Right. Did you recognize that dude?
No, I didn't. Who was he?
He was Drake from Aliens.
Holy shit, you're right. Oh my God, yes.
Mark Rolston is the actor. He was also like the rapist Boggs from Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, you're
like
right.
the rapey inmate.
Yeah. Okay. I recognize him now. Yeah. So they make a little chit chat. Standing on the other end of the room. This very long office, by the way. Until the old guy summons him to the desk. The driver notices the plastic on the ground, and the old guy says like, "Oh, well, we're having the room painted," which apparently is
true.
Is true, yeah.
Art imitates life.
So at this point, Katie's like, "Jesus Christ, all of these people's South African accents are terrible."
Are they terrible?
Yeah, they're just awful.
Was the guy, the main guy, the old guy, was his bad too?
Yeah. He was the worst apparently.
He's apparently the one who like lived in South Africa for a lot of years.
Really?
The actor, yeah. So I thought maybe his was good.
No,
but
she said that the Irish guy's one was better than the old guy's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally they say 3 lines of dialogue and Katie goes, "Oh God, their South African accent is so bad." So the old guy asks the driver if he's okay, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Rudd." Rudd is like, he comes, he like feigns that he's relieved about this, but then he says like, "Look, your antics on the streets of Los Angeles, it cost me $1 million in Krugerrands." The guy apologizes, but the Mr. Rudd assures him it's not your fault. Sometimes these things, they just don't go as planned. At which point Rudd like gives the nod to Peter, and then Peter pulls out a gun at this point and just like knocks him right between the eyes. That's it.
Yeah.
He falls back into the plastic, and at this point Rudd tells Peter that the police are getting too close again. Peter wraps up the corpse while Rudd is like asking Peter how he plans to handle the cops.
Wasn't this such a memorable scene?
It is. This is a great scene.
It's reminiscent of like the scenes with the general and Mr. Joshua.
Yeah.
The introduction or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, what are we gonna do? We gotta handle these police.
Great villain introductions.
Yeah.
So Rudd, while Peter is wrapping up the body, Rudd asks him how he plans on handling the cops, and Peter goes, "Warn them off. It's my experience that a scared cop is more useful than a dead one."
That's a little foreshadowing. A
little bit.
A little bit of hinting that something has happened in the past.
Yes. Rudd produces a file and tells Peter to check out the cop responsible, and guess what? It's Murtaugh.
Did you pause on the file?
No, I didn't.
This is where there was a lot of weird clashing information where it said his date of birth was 1945, which would make him only 44.
Oh, well, that's not right.
That's not right. Yeah, he was celebrating his 50th birthday famously, as we said in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It also said he had been a cop since 1976, like his date of service, but he's been saying that has been a cop for 20 years, like in the first one. So it's just weird inconsistencies.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't back in then though. They didn't care because
no one's going to see that.
It's too low resolution.
Yeah.
No one's going to watch it at home. It's on screen for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
exactly.
But it's weird to make it. It's just weird to make it.
Yeah, to make it
you
at
generated
all.
it. Anyone who knows the movie knows that this is not accurate. That's just what's weird to me.
I mean, this is in the 80s though, and
you may as well do it right.
Yeah, but I also think that at this point the era of the mega fan was just starting, right?
But stuff like Back to the Future, like every little detail in like Doc's office and stuff is relevant.
Yeah, but
like, and this stuff you would never see until you're watching it on 4K or whatever.
Yeah, but I would argue though that Back to the Future was a personal project for Zemeckis. Like he wrote it, he directed it, he produced it. Like this was a work of passion for him.
Yeah.
Whereas as we talked about earlier, it's just, Donner was a hired gun. Like, he wasn't, he was just trying to get a movie done. So, I mean, I'm not trying to argue with you.
No,
but
I'm saying, I agree with you totally. And I think that the same reason why when you'll see a newspaper clipping, it'll just be a bunch of gibberish words. Because no one's ever going to see this.
Right.
Like, at best, they'll be watching it on a VHS tape.
Yeah,
or something, and you won't be able to read it on your little 19-inch TV.
Yeah, right. And VHS tapes don't exactly have the highest resolution in the first place.
For sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so at this point, we utter what is a very bad word.
I don't think we should say it.
No, we won't.
It's illegal to say it in South Africa.
I mean,
you'll get like prosecuted if you direct it at somebody.
Wow, that's interesting.
So I would just call it the K word.
Yeah, the K word. Anyways, he uses a goddamn K word. Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna end it there.
Yeah.
On that very dramatic note.
We've set the pieces in place.
Yes.
For the most part here.
Yes.
Solid movie, solid opening.
Yeah, really great opening. Great first act.
Like
super fun.
Good action. It's got that action movie thing where you open with an action sequence. It's kind of like a porno.
Yeah.
You can open it. You can get one action sequence for free that doesn't really have to do anything with the rest of the movie, but this one actually does tie into the bigger plot.
One of the things that I love too, and this has started to happen in the last, 20 years religiously, is doing the in media res thing where we open in the middle of some action and then we go cut to 6 hours earlier or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I love that this one, it opens in the middle of the action, but this is what's happening now, right?
Yes.
We're not showing you something out of context. I mean, it's out of context for those first seconds, but then it is anchored by what's happening.
Yeah, we'll give you the information that'll make all that make sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the in media res thing is such a trope now that every time I see something start on an action beat, I fully expect for it to end and then cut to 6 hours earlier. And it's just
like
so
a tool.
boring.
It's like I don't want to say a lazy screenwriter thing, but it's a way to make a boring script a little more interesting.
Exactly. Like it's an excuse for opening on an action sequence when you know that the first 30 minutes of the movie is going to be boring as shit. Right? It's just such garbage.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right.
Yeah. Anyway,
right.
So, make sure to check us out on all the things, all the socials.
Yes, please do so. Eric's going to tickle your funny bone there or something.
Well, I try my best.
Sorry,
I don't know.
That sounded weird. that was real weird.
It's not going to do anything illegal, at least.
It's all R-rated content.
Yes.
Nothing edgier than that.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing that's you couldn't take a 17-year-old.
There might be some foot pictures on there at some point.
I mean,
we'll see.
come on. Just because of my web browser opens to WikiFeet doesn't mean that I have a problem.
That's your home page.
That's my home page is WikiFeet.
Okay.
Anyway, check us out. We're at the 6DOS Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. We're gonna post updates about the episodes, and that's where we do all of our silly stuff.
Yeah, check us out. Drop us a line.
Yeah,
tell us what you think of the episodes.
We do love chatting about it, so feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah, for sure. And until then,
we'll be back.